Welcome. You with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another extra, extra, extra. This will be part 3 of the introduction of the book I'm reading, the Kemet Egyptian Gods. We summed a lot up in part 2. We summed a lot up in part 1. Let's go ahead on in and figure part 3. There are some prominent and recurrent symbols associated with the gods. Although many symbols represent the ancient Kemet Egyptian gods, some symbols require understanding to get a good idea of the iconography of the times. Iconography tends to differ because ancient Kemet Egypt was divided into 2 regions, Upper and Lower Egypt. Upper and Lower Kemet Egypt used slightly different icons to represent gods. These divisions represented peoples with slightly different beliefs and interpretations of the gods. You get that though? You get how even at the beginning of time, you know what I mean, we were divided, our culture was divided, there was a difference in how we viewed things. You get what I'm saying? Now you get how Kemet was not say destroyed, but was conquered. You get me? They had to go outside, which the what do they call the what are they called, man? The you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they were down south. You know what I mean? How they went outside, got the Hittites to come in and help conquer. Okay, you get what I'm the Nubians. You get what I'm saying? Different symbols were combined sometimes like some gods. When Upper and Lower Kemet Egypt joined into a single national body around 3100 BC. BC is before Christ. Kemet Egyptian gods and pharaohs were often depicted wearing the Shet crown, a symbol of the wealth of both Upper and Lower Egypt. The Shet was red and white, red for Lower Egypt and white for Upper Egypt. The figure of a rearing cobra rested on the brow of the Shet and symbolized protection and defense of the Kemet Egyptian people. Now, when you're a pharaoh, you know what I mean? I'm gonna really listen. When you're a pharaoh, that means the land is not divided; it's conquered. It's connected together, not conquered, connected together. Now, when you're just a king, you get me? That means you the king of Upper Africa, Upper, you know what I mean, Kemet. Then there's a king in the lower part. You got what I'm saying? Or there's a king off to the west, or there's a king off to the east. But when you're pharaoh, you rule all that. You know what I mean? Your words spread through the whole continent. You get what I'm saying? A disc often on the head of the figure represented the solar disc or the sun. Many of Kemet Egypt's gods and goddesses represented some aspect of the sun. Some deities related to a different aspect of light. Others related to warmth, purity, healing, or another kind of benefiction. The sun, in fact, had several major gods. One of those gods, Atum, had different aspects: a rising sun, the sun at noon, the setting sun, and the sun as it traveled through the underworld, in this case, nighttime. Now you get why you get Atum? But somewhere Atum agreed, you get me? Agreed with that sun, 100%. You get it? Each aspect had a different name and different symbols, but they were all part of a composite god, Ra Atum Kepri Nefertum. Another symbol, the Eurasian, was in the shape of a ringed cobra poised to strike. This figure was often worn at the front of the Shet, double crown as worn by the pharaoh. It represented the divine blessings of the gods upon the king's absolute right to rule, and his godhood. The Eurasian was also the symbol of the goddess Wajet, a goddess of the land and protector of the Pharaoh. Come on now. Come on. Now we did say these goddesses will go out, speak to the people. We did. You get what I'm saying? We do agree with that, right? You will see a goddess more than you will see, you know what I mean, your gods that sit on that throne, that run this land. You get what I'm saying? They will be more peacemakers, how to put it, you know what I mean, than anything. You get me? Because they are compassionate. You understand what I'm saying? A male figure is not too compassionate when it comes to war. You feel me? The origins are surprisingly obscure for such a universal icon as talisman. It is known to represent life or the breath of life, and it was common throughout Kemet, Egypt, and Persia. Many gods and goddesses carry the Ankh, most often in their right hand, unless extending it to someone in their left hand. The Ankh was and is a universal symbol of life and beneficence for all gods, all peoples, and all periods of Kemet Egyptian history. Even today, people across the world wear it as a symbol of eternal life, although many don't know what culture brought forth this beneficent symbol. Keep in mind that ancient Kemet Egypt was a land of vast contracts, an area of fertile land extended on both sides and the entire length of the Nile River Delta, which was overflowed by the river. This area was perfect for agriculture. However, outside the fertile zones lay burning desert, harsh and unforgiving. The dichotomy between life and death, fertility and sterility, was deeply and thoroughly imprinted on the psyche and culture of the Kemet Egyptians. I'm gonna just say this to you, you know what I mean? It wasn't a whole lot, you know, not a whole lot there. You got what I'm saying? It's more like catching up. It's more like keeping up. It's more like reiterating what we already know. But it does not, you know what I mean, get straight into what a god is. Why this a god? You get what I'm saying? Why this a goddess? What your attributes are. And like I, said in part 2 of the introduction, to me, you know what I mean, my understanding, my process is strength, ability, and mastery. You get me? You need strength and you need the ability to master. You get what I'm saying? Strength, ability, and mastery. Anyway, this has been part 3. Catch me, you know what I mean, another time. Part 4 will be rolling. Hopefully it's a little deeper. Hopefully we're out the introduction and we into the fruit, into the root of what a god and a goddess is. Until then, you've been with the Nasty Pastor. I'm out and I love you.